Okay, we're recording. We're ready to go. So let's start. We're going to begin the same way that we do every session by just taking a moment for yourself to tune into your body, taking our attention inwards to you and how you're doing right now. Every body's going to be different. Every day is going to be different. Every time is going to be different. So we're going to allow ourselves to just drift more to our own body, notice where we're at, and we're going to just move from there. So we don't want to move into any pain or have any pain while we're doing this movement. So we're going to let our attention drift all the way down to the bottoms of our feet. We're going to just try to feel some connection with the ground, whether that's the floor or wherever you are, whether it's your bare feet or your socks or your shoes. Anything is fine as long as you feel comfortable and want to feel that connection. And once we're there, we're going to just gently let your weight start to drift from leg to leg, filling up one, emptying the other. We're not doing anything here, just observing what that feels like. Maybe observing little shifts in your body, how that feels. A weight is just pouring and stacking over one leg and then drifting to the other. You can go nice and slow, really feel yourself just melting all the way down, supporting your body with your heel, with your ankle. Nice, strong, tall center down your whole body. And then gently just even out the weight again, and we're going to slowly relax our entire body, just drifting our attention slowly upwards. So we're going to just softly take your attention to the tops of your feet and just relax the muscles of your feet, letting go. The muscles do a lot of work. The feet support our whole body, but we want to show them as much love as we can. Gently drift up to your ankles. We're going to just release those ankles. Relax your shins, your calves, your knees. Just soften the fronts of your thighs, the backs of your thighs, your glutes, your hips, relax, your belly, your lower back, your upper back, your chest. Release your shoulders, let your arms just gently hang downwards. We're going to relax our upper arms, those elbows. Release your forearms, your wrists, your palms, your fingers relax. Maybe just a little wiggle of your fingers. Feel that nice looseness in your whole arm, and then drift your attention back upwards towards your neck. We're going to release your neck, relax. We're going to just release your jaw, maybe just move it from side to side, little circles with the jaw. Relax your cheeks, maybe a little smile, and then let go. Maybe wiggle your nose back and forth. We're going to relax your forehead. And then with our next inhale, we're going to just let your head float upwards. And with your exhale, we're going to relax the body downwards. Take another breath in, let your head float towards the ceiling or the sky. We're going to imagine a string suspending upwards. As we exhale, the head stays up, the body relaxes down. Take another breath in, floating that head up, feeling space in your vertebrae, maybe all the way down to your ankles. And with your exhale, just relax downwards. Next, inhale, let your shoulders just gently float up towards your ears. We're going to just round them backwards and down and let them come back to where they were. We'll do a few breaths like this, inhaling up. Again, not forcing anything, just letting the movement happen, just kind of observing how it feels in your body. Inhaling up, circling backwards, relaxing down. We'll do a few breaths of the reverse motion. So as you inhale, let the shoulders gently go back, floating up, bringing them forwards and down. Another breath like that. Circling those shoulders. One more. Relaxing down. And then with the next inhale, just let those shoulders float up towards your ears. And we're going to release. So with your exhale, just relax those shoulders down. That feeling, that pull towards the earth is what we want as we go to move. So now we're going to let our attention drift back to the legs. We're going to just go back to that weight shift. But now maybe notice that your body is looser. There's a little bit more fluid, just gently letting that weight go from leg to leg. We're consciously stacking that weight, sinking down to your feet. So we're taking the weight from side to side. You can even use your hands as a little visual if you would like, but make sure you're kind of framing your foot, your ankle. We don't want to go too far to the side. That puts us out of balance. And then slowly just even out the weight again in your feet, relaxing your body. At any point, if you feel like you need to wiggle out or shake out, just do it. It's your practice. So then just take one moment as you settle back in this neutral position to get ready to move. So now we're going to rotate the hands, palm of the face away from us. And with your inhale, just gently float the hands up about shoulder height. Then we're going to rotate, palms are down. Just let those arms float down. Okay, we'll do that same motion again, turning. Imagine you're just lifting something about shoulder height, hands turn, arms float down. You can imagine even closing a window as the hands fall down. Do that again, turning, scooping, lifting, and then they rotate, hands fall down. Shoulders relaxed here. We're going to do that same movement, but this time as the hands turn, we're going to just release with your exhale. That feels good for you. Just gently relaxing the arms. We'll try it again. Turning, inhaling, floating, and then just relax. Hopefully the arms are loose enough where they kind of just swing naturally. We'll try that one more time. Inhale, rotate, and then relax down. Okay, great. Next, palms are up. Interlace your fingers together nice and loose. And with your breath in, the hands are going to just drift up, turning towards your face and then rotating towards the ceiling or the sky. And then we're just going to let the hands open to the sides and float back down. Everything relaxed, no rush with any part of the movement. Doing it again. Interlace the fingers. Inhale. Use your intention to let everything lift, your body rising. It's less about the hands, more about that rising sensation in your whole body. Try it again. Interlace your fingers. Inhale up. Flowing, lifting. Exhaling. We'll do that one more time if it feels appropriate for you at the top. With your exhale, you can just release. Let the hands just gently fall off your legs. We're not trying to smack ourselves, but just release those arms. Okay. We're going to let the arms relax at our sides here for a moment. We're going to take our attention now to our upper body. We're going to visualize the weight pouring between our arms. So we're going to just gently let it pour, filling up one arm, and let the weight of that arm with your exhale just gently open your body to the side. And then use your breath in to get nice and tall, coming back through center. Pour that weight to the other arm. Just gently open up to the side. Use that inhale, evening out, noticing the weight shifting back to the first side, opening up. Inhale back to center. That weight pours to the other arm. And then inhale back to center. Next movement. Forearms turn out and come closer together. Hands are up. We're going to take our head a little bit closer in, and then we're going to open up everything towards the ceiling, maybe peeking up and then relaxing everything down. So you can inhale, everything comes into this sort of ball shape, and then we open with the exhale towards the ceiling, circling down. We'll do that one more time, inhaling together, opening, out, and down. Arms gently falling at your sides. Again, always taking a little brief break to just shake out or do whatever to feel like you're having a good time here, right? We're going to have the arms relax at your sides, settling back into that sort of neutral position. We're going to start with some of the form things we've been working on. So the hands are here. With your inhale, let those hands float up about shoulder height, and then with your exhale, lower down. We'll do this a few times, keeping a little bit of a bend in your elbows. So we don't want to straighten the arms all the way out. Just gently let them rise, and then your elbows draw down. As you inhale, the wrists gently float up like a little string, pulling them upwards. As you exhale, the elbows just draw down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Now we're going to add on to this movement. So we inhale those hands up, and then we're going to open the arms wide and then gently bring them back together. Palms turn down and float down. Same movement, just a little extra bit. So we inhale, float up. See if you can let the breath open you up with that inhale, still a longer inhale, and then exhale. Together, palms are down. You don't have to synchronize your breath, but you're welcome to try. Just opening and then bring back together. Not forcing the movements, not going to the full extreme either. Try this one more time. Inhaling, opening our heart, opening our lungs. Gently let those hands float down. Again, every little bit of the movement just as important as the last or the next. And we're going to look at loose fists in front of our body. With your inhale, just gently let those fists float up. And then they're going to open, palms turn away from you. And with your exhale, they're going to go down and then release. Floating down into your legs. So we try it again. We have our loose fists at the bottom. We inhale, the hands float up. Shoulders stay relaxed. Hands turn, palms are away. They float down and away. This movement, it's called Yellow Dragon, shows its claws. So we're set here. You can inhale, float those hands up, and then exhale. The arms don't fully extend, elbows stay relaxed. Use your intention, use your center. See if you can focus on that. The hands turn, and then with your whole body, they float away and down. Try that again. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Floating away and down. We'll do one more of these. All right, now our next movement that we have here, we turn our palms up. Palms are on top of one another, and they're going to float away from us, so the fingers actually turn away, and then our hands open. And then we rotate the hands as the arms come back towards each other, and we just gently scoop back here. So a lot of circling motion happening right to where we started. Palms are up, and then the hands float away. They open with the arms rotating, coming back together, gently scooping all the way back, floating out, opening up, back together, scooping. Do one more here, just with the upper body. Then we're going to start to move our lower body and then connect everything together, back together, scooping, circling. Take your time, let the hands fall to your sides. A little break if you need it. Okay, lower body, footwork. So for this movement, Servant Scatters Flowers, the name of this movement, we had our step forward. We're going to do this and then look at it actually with an additional movement in a few minutes here. So our step is going back to looking at where your weight is, taking the weight to one leg, filling up, really sinking down, and then moving what is referred to as the empty leg, or the leg that has the weight out of it. So we're going to take that weight to one side. Take a moment, breathe in. With your exhale, envision your weight just melting down to the floor, towards that heel, towards that ankle. Really notice that leg filling, the other leg emptying. And then we're going to lift the toes of the empty leg. Heel stays down. We're going to rotate, pivoting on the heel. Then bring that foot down. Gently take your weight to that open foot. And take a moment, same idea here. Really notice, feel yourself melting down, supporting on that heel. Shift the weight back to empty this open foot, and then lift those toes, rotate to close, back to center for a brief moment, and then the other side. So take the weight to the other side, take a moment, take a breath, exhale, sink that weight down. Your whole body is stacked right over this foot, just supporting your weight. And then the empty toes lift, rotating on the heel. Foot comes down, and then your weight shifts, fully supported now on that open leg. Feeling what that feels like, shifting back, closing. Okay, so that's our prep before we actually take our step forward here. So let's try that again, but now we're going to look at the step forward. We're going to take the weight, sink down, fill up that one side. The empty leg is going to open about 45 degrees, so we don't have to go all the way open here. We're going to let our weight shift there, sinking down. And now the empty leg, just imagine the knee gently floating up and then the heel coming down. That's it. That's our step. Then the toes come down. Then you gently bring the weight to the front leg, sinking down. And then bring the weight to the back leg, emptying the front so that that knee can just gently lift and the toes step back. And that's our step. Let's try the other side, then we'll do the whole movement. Let your weight sink down, empty toes lift, open about 45 degrees. And you take the weight there, filling that up. The empty knee is going to float up, and then that heel touches down. It's a very small step forward. The rest of the foot is firm in the ground, and then you take your weight forward. And let the weight pour to the back, emptying the front leg. Lift your knee, toes come back. Shifting, closing. Okay, that's our step. Take a shake out if you need. Don't worry about how high your knee lifts. I will maybe demonstrate with a higher knee lift just so everyone can see. But just do whatever's comfortable for you. It can be a really small movement. Even that is okay, as long as you're internalizing what we're talking about here. Now the whole thing together. So we have our hands, palms are up. We're going to put it all together here. We're going to move as we shift our weight. Take your time. Concentrate on your legs. The arms are just a reaction of everything else that's happening. So just try to relax the upper body and focus on your legs. We're going to take the weight, fill up one leg. Empty toes lift, open about 45 degrees. And you take your weight there, sinking down. Let that knee float up, the heel comes down. And then as you let your body pour to the front leg, the hands open. Rotate the arms, and then as we scoop those arms, the weight shifts to the back leg. Front leg is empty, so it can just gently lift and float back. Shift to close those open toes. Shift to fill up the other leg so we can open about 45. Fill up that weight. The empty knee is going to float. Heel's going to touch down. Shift your weight forward as your hands open. Hands come back together as you scoop. We just gently let the weight pour to that back leg. The empty knee lifts, floating back. Shifting to close, you can let your hands fall down. Okay? Shake out your legs if you need. So that is our step. The idea with the step is the same for anything we take a step with. And then the rest of the body will move slightly differently. So let's go over what the new move we looked at last week. Then we'll do maybe one extra thing, and we're going to put it all together, kind of practicing it like a form would be. Okay? So we looked at a movement called Immortal Looks at the Sky last week, which is going to start with our arms at our sides. And with our inhale, with our intention, our arms are going to float, lifting up overhead. And then the hands are going to separate, making a circle. The elbows drawing down first. The hands continuing to float down towards your legs. Let's try to get that again. So with our inhale, the hands floating up. And then they open, the elbows draw down, just tracing a big circle with your hands. Just falling, hands falling last. Now we're going to keep our hips forward, gently turn your torso towards your toes, and you're going to do the same motion. Inhaling up, opening, Drawing down, hands floating last. Gently turning to face forward again, doing it that way. So we're doing the motion, facing the sides, facing forward. A little more work for our core here. So keep the hips forward, gently turn towards the other foot. Inhale up and separate. Elbows float down, hands are last. Gently turn forward. So whenever our feet are in this facing forward direction, our knees are going to be the same direction, our hips are going to be the same direction. If we want to turn our legs, we're going to open like we did. That will change where our knee is. That will allow us to turn the hips, okay? Otherwise, and you can't really see my knees, but otherwise we're just kind of cranking the knees, and we don't want to do that. So that is Immortal Looks at the Sky. We'll go through that again, floating up and coming down as we review. But we're going to look at another movement with more footwork here. So we're going to go right back to that open and closing with the feet. Gently take the weight to one leg, sinking down. Lift the toes. This time we're going to open a little bit more if you can. Take the weight there. Feel that weight. Notice what's happening with your legs. Shift the weight back. Those toes will lift to close. Okay, we're doing each side here before kind of adding on to it. We're going to sink down. Open the empty toes. Gently take your weight there. Then let your weight shift back. Then close. We're going to do it again now, but with a little more rotation. So take your weight. Sink down. Open the empty toes. We're going to turn. Take your weight there. As we do, you're going to turn your torso. So now we're facing those open toes, sinking down. And then gently take your weight back. And as you do, turn your body to face forward, closing the open toes. Same thing, other side. Sink down, empty toes lift, open, shift your body, turn so that we're facing those open toes. Shift back, close. Okay, now we're going to bring the arms in right away and go for this movement. Arms are at our sides. We're going to inhale and let them float up about shoulder height. We're going to take the weight to one leg, sinking down with the weight, feeling it pour down. Empty toes open. We're going to turn our body. Hands are still up, but they're going to turn with your body, facing the open toes. Then you're going to shift back. As you turn, just let that far arm just drift open, close the open toes. So if we froze right here, we'd be in this big open stance with our palms facing out, and then let them fall. Let's try the same thing other side. So inhale, hands lift, fill up the other leg. Empty toes, open. Take your weight, turn your body. And then as the weight shifts, let your arms just naturally follow what your body's doing as it faces forward. And then floating down. Let's try each side again. Inhale, float those arms up. Take your weight, melt it down to one side. Empty toes open. Gently turn your body, take your weight towards those open toes, and then shift. Open your body back to the front. Let the arm just flow with what your body's doing. Arms relax down. Other side, inhaling up. Sink down, that weight, open. And then take your body towards the open foot. Let your weight pour back. Turn yourself forward, opening the arms. Gently releasing down to your sides. Great. Okay, shake it out. Now we're going to run through those as a form. We'll do each side if there's multiple directions for each side. If there's not, we'll just do one of each. I'll cue it all as we go, okay? So here we go. Settling back in, you can always take a moment to make sure you're in the right frame of mind. Maybe take a breath before you move, making sure you're just in a relaxed state, focusing on yourself. And then with your inhale, just let those arms float up. This is our first movement. This is commencing our form. And the hands float down. Next inhale, the arms float up. Now we're going to open them. Opening our heart, opening our lungs, and then bring the hands back together. Let them float down towards your legs. Taking the time, always with all the parts. Next is yellow dragon, shows its claws, those loose fists with your inhale. Float up, and then the palms open away from you. Floating down. Back towards your legs. And now, palms are up on top of one another. Here's our step, so we're going to take our weight to one leg. Open the empty toes about 45 degrees. Fill up that leg. Empty knee lifts, a small step with your heel. As the weight comes forward, open those hands. Arms are back together, scoop with the weight shift backwards. Empty leg floats back. Shift your weight to close the toes, getting ready for the other side with the step. Fill up the other leg. Open the empty toes about 45 degrees. Then take your weight there. Empty knee lifts. Foot floats forward. Opening as your weight shifts. And then as you scoop, let the weight pour to the back leg. Empty knee lifts. Shifting to close, let the hands relax. At your sides, immortal looks at the sky is the next. So we inhale, hands up. And then we open, just circling down. Feeling that connection with your feet in the ground. Keep your hips forward, gently turn your torso towards one toes, and then inhale up. Hands float down. Face forwards again, inhale up. Open. Floating down. Hips stay forward, gently turn towards the other foot, the other toes. Inhale up. Open. Now we have that big movement. Inhale, hands up, take your weight to one side. Open the empty toes. Take your body, turn it, weight shift, and let it shift back to open your whole body. Empty toes close. Loading up for the other side, sinking down. Open the empty toes. Shift. Open. Close the toes. Hands fall to the sides of your legs, and then inhale, hands up at your sides. Hands go in front, palms are down with your exhale. We'll do that movement again. Inhale up. You can think of this as closing, our closing form. It's also called organ washing or chi washing. Inhale, float those hands up. As you exhale, palms on top of one another, resting just below your belly button. Head floating up towards the ceiling. Feet relaxing down, rooting down. Maybe a gentle, subtle weight shift here if that feels appropriate for you. Just to close out the form and then equal out your weight. We're going to let our right arm come out in a fist in front of us. Left arm with an open palm will cover that fist. A gentle bow if that feels appropriate for you. Thank you all so much for joining me for Tai Chi. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see everybody next week. Enjoy yourselves. Bye.